Hey loves, and welcome to Heart Love Messages. My name is Crystal. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you are already subscribed here, welcome back. So tonight I have a no contact message from your person. I will be pulling from this deck here just to see how your person is currently feeling, how they are currently viewing you and or your connection, as well as any other important messages that they may have for you at this time. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get a very clear and concise message directly from their heart space. I apologize in advance for my voice. I'm a little bit under the weather, but I wanted to come and deliver this message because the energy has been very, very intense. Okay? Okay, wow. The first message that we have is, I see God in you. I already know that this is going to be a pretty deep message because this is a really, really deep energy. Anytime this card comes out, it honestly points to a connection that's in this place where it can kind of go either way. And it's because of you, Divine Feminine. Initially hearing that your person looks at you and sees God in you is the highest compliment that a Divine Feminine could receive. But I have to be completely honest, when you really sit back and unpack what this truly, truly means, there is a shadow side to this. And I'm picking up on a lot of resistance or a lot of repression, particularly in this masculine's energy. On one hand, your person views you as a feminine that speaks to their higher self or that demands a certain level of energy or effort from them. They absolutely do view you in a higher light. And this could be tied to your background. Maybe you are a feminine who is a healer. You could be highly intuitive. Whoever you are definitely spiritually inclined. And that's something about yourself that you don't really hide. I feel like ever since you initiated this connection with your person or you begin to allow them to see the real you, this is what you lead with. You are a spiritual being, okay? But on the flip side, for your person to view you in this light, that's not really normal, okay? It's almost as if they have you sitting in a seat that no one else can feel. They've placed you higher than a lot of people in their lives. So this is not a normal compliment or a normal way to be viewed by your person at all. So again, it's almost like you're in this place where your connection can go either way. Either your person is leaning into this truth about you and plans on treating you a specific way because they view you in such a high regard, or this could manifest in them repressing. This could manifest in your person showing up in a way where they feel like they can't really match your energy. So I feel like if this message found you, your connection may be in a very, very interesting place. You're with someone who sees you clearly, Divine Feminine. They know that you are a powerful vessel. They know that you're here to do very, very important work, or you're here to walk a very specific path. But there's also this sense of them not really knowing what to do with that energy. But again, this energy is very honest, okay? So your person may be in this place where maybe their higher self is coming through more. Maybe you are calling for a higher truth in your connection. But if you're wondering how your person truly, truly views you, they see God in you. And while this is the highest compliment that I feel like a person can receive, there's also a shadow side to everything. So this could definitely be unpacking how your person truly, truly views you. Not only the light aspect of it, but also the underlying energy. Okay? Let's get the next message here. Okay, so the next message that we have here is hidden in plain sight. Divine Feminine, I have to be completely honest. I really, really feel like this is going to pick up more so on the shadow aspect of your connection. So only continue watching this video if you're in a place mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to hear the honest truth about where your person is and about how your person is currently viewing you at this time, okay? When this card comes out hidden in plain sight, this is tapping into subconscious energy. Things that happen at night, things that can easily go under the radar, things that you and your person may very well be aware of, but it's hidden to everyone else. So I feel like this is tapping into the reason why you and this person is no contact, or maybe you're not with them right now. It's because when it comes to the way that your person lives their life, Divine Feminine, your energy is very much so active and present, but it's hidden. And what's being highlighted here is that that is a subconscious decision. It's something that your person is not really conscious of. And this ties deeper into them viewing you in the way that they view you. This person realizes that even though you may not be physically present in their lives right now, Divine Feminine, your energy is still very much so there, okay? Other people may not be able to pinpoint your essence, the way that you show up, but to your person, it's very, very real and it's very active. I'm even getting for some of you, this could be a masculine who maybe moved on in a connection, maybe they chose a different route. It's almost as if their higher self is coming through and letting you know that your energy is still at the center of their lives, but it is hidden, okay? Your energy comes through in those moments where they cannot really be distracted by their conscious reality. So at nighttime, when things get very, very quiet, when the soul takes over, when the subconscious takes over, this is where your energy seeps through. And I feel like this is really beginning to have a really powerful effect on your person, whether you know it or not. So it doesn't matter what led to this no contact period. It doesn't matter where life has taken you, where life has taken your person. You still have this ability to pull on them or to garner their attention or to just have their undivided attention anytime that you want to. And to your person, that is godlike to them, okay? So this could really be tapping into something that your person is experiencing emotionally that they feel like they don't really have control over. There's something really, really spiritual that's happening in your connection right now. Because like the energy of source, it's almost like you're hidden, but you're felt in a very, very powerful way. Other people in your person's life may not be privy to what they are experiencing on a subconscious level and how your energy kind of seeps through and garners their attention. But it is very, very intense. And it honestly feels like it's a deeper reason why you're showing up in their world in this way. And also why they are describing you in this way. Okay, there's something really, really deep that's happening behind the scenes. Let's get the next message here. Wow. The next message that we have is 3, 2, 1. This is a descending energy, okay? Almost like a countdown. Whether you know it or not, Divine Feminine, your person is realizing that something in their lives or something in their reality is coming to an end. And it's pointing to an aspect of your connection. The energy of this reading is really, really auspicious because there's not a sense of finality to this energy, okay? It feels more like an end of an era, an end of a chapter, or maybe the end of a certain version of your person. And the fact that there's like a countdown to this means that your person is actively participating in this descending energy, okay? Maybe they're watching it from a distance. Maybe they can feel the energy of your connection shifting or like something is about to happen. It honestly feels like there's about to be some type of spiritual awakening that takes place consciously as a result of what your person is experiencing subconsciously. So this may actually be some type of tower moment, okay? And whenever this takes place, there is no going back. I feel like this is why your person is coming through with all of these bold claims, okay? This may be something that your person has never said to you or shared to you verbally, but maybe you have picked up on this energy, Divine Feminine. I feel like they're putting words to things that have been hidden or that have never been expressed to you verbally. But yeah, something is shifting. And the fact that this masculine's energy is all over this card here means that they are going to be on the receiving end of this change or of this shift. And you are completely at the center of this, Divine Feminine. So it's almost like you are enforcing it, or from your person's POV, you are enforcing this change. So yeah, this is really, really deep, okay? It feels like there are aspects of your personality or of your being that your person didn't want to kind of put words to or put meaning to. And they've reached this place where it's unavoidable, okay? Maybe your masculine has never told you how they truly view you, how your energy truly, truly shows up in their life. But this is how they view you, Divine Feminine. And they have suppressed this truth about you for so long that it's almost like it's manifesting from this place of being subconscious to now being right in front of them. Your energy literally going from being hidden in plain sight, something that they may have thought was an illusion, something that was not a part of their waking world, to something that's very, very real. And there's like this countdown that's happening energetically that they can no longer avoid. You may also feel this energy as well. If you pick up on this energy of anticipation or as if something is going to happen, for some of you, you may also feel this energy of your person reaching out to you, maybe after not hearing from them for a very, very long time. If you notice that, you're definitely picking up on whatever this is that's about to take place, okay? Because it honestly feels huge. Almost like for as long as you and your masculine have been connected, there's been a literal countdown from this moment of them viewing you in a really superficial way to them looking at you and seeing you for all that you are. And what's interesting about this countdown is that I don't pick up on a sense of finality. It's almost like a shift where the minute that the counter hits 1, there's a new reality, there's a new timeline. There's a transition in your connection where you can no longer go back to how you were previously viewing one another or how this masculine was previously experiencing you, okay? This energy is so interesting. Let's get the next message here. Wow. The next message that we have is, you earned my respect. Wow. I'm picking up on this energy of ego versus intuition, where it's almost as if there's been this battle between the mind and the heart for the entirety of this connection. Your masculine being more in their ego, and Divine Feminine, you holding firm in your intuition. I'm getting very clearly, you could have easily humbled this masculine, but what you have done in this connection has earned their respect. Because you are a feminine who is highly spiritual, and for some reason I'm just tapping into the energy of a feminine who may be a healer, you could be an energy reader. Something about your life, something about your path is deeply, deeply spiritual in a way that you kind of wear this energy, even if you're not doing this intentionally. But even with you having this spiritual rank, your person is realizing that you don't have an ego. You may be the very, very first feminine energy that this masculine has dealt with that has actually had an ego death. So this is very, very deep when your person says, I see God in you. They're not pedestalizing you. They're not even trying to make you feel as if you stand out, but you do effortlessly. This masculine is recognizing that there is something that you went through, Divine Feminine, in private that is completely evident all over your being. And what's even more shocking to them is that your role, your life, your divinity is slowly but surely shifting the energy of your connection. Ever since they met you, there's been this countdown to your masculine having this very, very humbling experience when it comes to you. So with this card here, you earn my respect. It's almost like so much information is hitting them at once. But what's really, really sticking out to them is the fact that you could have called this from day one. I feel like these are things that you noticed in your person immediately. You knew that they were operating in ego. You knew that the way that they were showing up in this connection was going to descend in a matter of time. But the way that you chose to show up in this connection is why your person can sit back and say, I see God in you. So if you're wondering why your masculine has been showing up in the way that they show up, it is because of you, Divine Feminine. It is because you have already had an ego death. You don't take what your masculine does or their personal journey or what it is that they're going through personally. They've never experienced that before. You have a way of being very present and very active in their lives while also practicing a level of distance or a level of healthy detachment to allow them to use their free will as they wish. This is why they have you sitting on this pedestal, okay? This is why they see you in such a high regard. But it's almost like your spiritual team wants you to know what also comes with being viewed in that light. There is a shadow side. You will be fiercely respected by your masculine. But the truth, the raw, real truth, is that when you shift into this lane of being respected by your masculine, the way that they show up is completely different. It may manifest as rejection. It may manifest as them being hot and cold, as them pulling back at certain times, or as them not communicating as deeply and as effectively with you because they know that they have to be on their A game when they're in your presence. Not only that, your energy lingers. Your energy is hidden in plain sight. It's always there, subconsciously. And sure, there are moments where your person can stuff that energy down. They can distract themselves with work, with people, with places, with things. But when you are the Divine Feminine, your energy is so embedded in your person's soul that this is what it feels like. So yeah, whatever it is that your person is experiencing in their life, it's making them have a different level of respect for you because they're realizing you don't have an ego. And you very much so can have an ego, okay? They're realizing that they have been walking around and showing up in ego, and you have been showing up in pure love and pure intuition, not taking anything personally, not allowing whatever it is that they're transitioning through to spill over on you or to stain you in any way. So this is really, really beautiful energy. And I feel like it's really, really important for you to know how you're being viewed, Divine Feminine, because this is not normal. What you're experiencing in your connection is actually rare. It is rare for a feminine to move to that level of respect from a masculine. It's also humbling because even with this card here, it's like your person is realizing that this is something that you didn't even have to earn, okay? Such a humbling experience because you're already walking the path. So again, there's something really, really interesting that's being broadcasted about you and your person at this time. And there's this shadow aspect, like it's almost like your higher power is showing what they've been up to behind closed doors and what you have been up to behind closed doors. And whatever it is that's coming to the light about you, Divine Feminine, they just have a new level of respect for you. Wow. Let's get the next message here. The next message that we have is the truth scares me. Divine Feminine, this masculine has always been absolutely terrified about your connection, okay? I'm even picking up on this energy of confusion, maybe even a little bit of frustration about the type of bond that you have, specifically the type of access that you have to them. Again, it's not normal. I stated that from the beginning of this connection. For this masculine to view you in this light, it's not normal. Okay, so I'm definitely tapping into a connection that is highly spiritual. You experience a lot of spiritual activity in your lives. For this masculine, it's manifesting more subconsciously. You know, your energy hits them at night. Your energy shows up and lingers in spaces that it should not be in. It shows up in a way where the people around them may not even know what's happening, but the signs are hitting them. The messages from the divine are hitting them. It's showing up in a way that they cannot really quantify. They've never experienced a person that had that level of access. So this is what they mean when they say, I see God in you. Okay, it's almost like they're drawing comparisons to the relationship that they have with the unseen realm. You kind of fit into that. This is how I know that I'm tapping into a deeply, deeply spiritual feminine, because there is a level of integrity that you have to be at this level spiritually, to know certain things about the person that you're with, your environment, your family, you know, the world around you, and to still allow people to practice their free will, to not intrude, you know, to not say certain things, to know when to practice detachment. I'm speaking to someone who has a very, very high spiritual rank. And it's almost like your person is at this place where the truth about you is scaring the shit out of them, okay? They're realizing that this whole entire time you've known the truth. You've known their intentions. Divine Feminine, maybe you've known exactly the moments where your person was going to pull back, or they were going to run, or they were not being completely honest with you. It is absolutely humbling for them to come to this realization of how spiritually inclined you actually are. So there may have been a lot of illusions around your connections, a lot of illusions around you. Because again, the way that you show up in this connection is deeply tied to things that you experience behind closed doors, things that you went through in private that may not be very evident to people. It definitely wasn't evident to this masculine, but now the truth has been revealed, okay? And it's almost like your person has reached this place where, because they see you as you truly are, they're realizing that this connection is not normal. They're realizing that the way that they feel about you is not normal. The emotions that you're able to evoke from them is not normal. It's almost like they're trying to figure out how they're going to continue in this connection, because clearly with this 3-2-1 card, something is ending. An era in your connection is ending. A certain version of your person is ending. And this energy usually comes through when there is a very, very heavy truth that's placed on the table. And you can either unpack that truth, learn how to live with that truth, or you can act like you don't see it, okay? Clearly your person sees who you truly are. So now they're faced with that decision. Do they lean into the truth, or do they lean away from the truth? And this card here is letting you know the truth is absolutely terrifying to them. So you see how there's like this double energy, there's like this double-minded energy. When you are a spiritual woman who is trying to navigate a connection, this is the raw, real truth of how you are viewed. Many masculine energies cannot handle a spiritual woman. And that's just the truth. They will deeply revere you. They will deeply respect you. But the way that your energy shows up in their life is something that they've never experienced before. So this is definitely a major turning point for your connection, Divine Feminine. The cat is out of the bag, okay? It's almost like who you truly are, what you truly represent, everything is being laid out on the table. Not only that, there could also be some type of sacred encounter between the both of you where everything is presented, and you both may have to work together with this energy to see how you want to move forward. But this will be a very intense exchange. If not, you know, verbally, physically, definitely energetically, okay? Let's get the last message here. The last message that we have is, I'm lost without you. Wow. Because you have all this information, Divine Feminine, it not only terrifies this masculine, but it's also making them realize that God sent you to them for a deeper purpose. There has to be a reason why you have such a deep level of access to them, why you know so much about this masculine, why you also have seen the different faces of them, the different versions of them, but you were able to exist in this connection with no ego. It's making your person realize that there is so much more to this connection that you both are supposed to experience. So wherever your person is in the world away from you, they feel lost. They feel superficial. They feel like the connections that they have around them are superficial, because the highest level of love is acceptance. It's radical acceptance. And this is just the energy that I'm picking up from you, Divine Feminine. You know things about this masculine that they would never willingly repeat to anyone. So this could be tapping into their Akashic records. There's something deeply spiritual about the energy that's coming through in this reading, to the point where wherever you are in the world, Divine Feminine, you're holding on to a piece of them that makes them feel lost when you're not connected to them. You're holding on to truths. You're holding on to different timelines. You have a key that this masculine knows could unlock the next level in their life. But it also requires them to step out of this ego. It requires them to also have an ego death. Because with you being this type of soul, I don't know what it is that you have been through on your journey, Divine Feminine, but you were spiritually prepped for a certain level of love. And you could very well be at this place where you're trying to figure out if this masculine has what it takes. And this countdown energy is highlighting that they're getting to this place very, very soon. So I don't know where you are on your journey, specifically Divine Feminine, and how you've come to terms with the type of dynamic that this is. But this absolutely feels like someone who is about to come back around to you, because you're in possession of their true self. You're in possession of their heart and their soul. Doesn't matter if there's physical distance. There's an energetic link between the both of you that has not died. There's not a sense of finality that I'm picking up in this connection at all, okay? This feels like something that's about to go through a completely different cycle. But in order for you and this masculine to move to this new timeline, they had to understand and unpack why they view you in this way. Because it's almost like they've been showing up in just a really weird way because of the shadow aspect of the way that they view you. And all of this is being laid out on the table right now. So you're definitely going to receive some type of communication with your person, because honestly, it feels like they don't really have a choice, okay? There's something happening within your connection or just within your person's personal journey where it's imperative for them to view you correctly. So there could be a completely different timeline that's waiting for you and your person. But right now, they are absolutely unpacking this truth. And it's scary for them, it's confusing for them, it's frustrating for them, because they've never reached this level of love before. And for the masculine, that is respect. So if you're resonating with this message, you are a very, very powerful feminine, because you could have easily humbled this masculine many, many times on this journey with the information that you know, with the connection to the divine that you have, with the spiritual rank that you have. But because your spiritual journey required you to go through an ego death, the way that you have shown up in this connection is very admirable. And this is not to say that you were passive, that you were a pushover, because that's not true, okay? And your person doesn't view you that way. Your person has a high level of respect for you, because it takes such a high level of integrity to be that spiritually inclined, to have that intuitive access, and to know how to use it, okay? Your person has a entirely different level of respect for you. And I feel like that's going to be shown within the sacred encounter that you have. Okay? But I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. If you resonated with this message, please be sure to hit the like button on your way out. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to head over to Patreon just to pull 3 more cards. This reading is very, very intense, so I definitely want to see what else comes through from your person. If you would like to join us over on Patreon for the extended, you can find the link in the description box below, as well as in that very first pinned comment. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.